What's up, DC Nation? Back to another video on the Joker War. Now, in this video, I'll be going over Catwoman number 25, guys. So, this issue is actually the opening issue of Ram V's whole run on Catwoman. But what's most important about this issue, it's actually a tie-in into the Joker War. We find out how Selina Kyle actually gets back the Wayne fortune. And what's really cool about this is we see Catwoman, Riddler, and Penguin all team up on our heist, right? So, if you're actually spoil it for you, do you really think they're going to get along? No. So there's actually some fighting lines in here and actually a lot of betrayal, a lot of cool moments in this issue that I'll be talking about in this video, right? But guys, if you don't know nothing about the Joker War, go down in the description and watch, actually get caught up on my videos on the Joker War. I got a bunch of videos down for you guys so you can get caught up. Or at least go check out the comics yourselves, because there's actually a lot of talent going into these comics that go buy them, alright? Like I always say, guys, you can watch my videos, but go buy the comics yourselves, support the comic book industry, support your local comic shop, so you keep these comics running, alright? But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's dive into this Catwoman Joker War tie-in. Now, this issue opens up, and you see this tiger, right? And Selina Kyle is pretty much confronting it. Now, as she's confronting it, you see all these people around her, and this is actually in the past. And these people are watching her, and they're actually ready for her to get killed by this tiger. And what she's monologuing and saying is, breathe, Selina. You've done this a million times before. You know how it goes. A step here, then there. Don't count the beat. Feel it. They want you to fall. Just a misstep or a stumble. As ever, they're watching with ravenous anticipation. The beast itself waits for you to falter. Death circles in expectation. But you trust your feet, Selina. Breathe. None of this is new. You know how this dance goes. A step here, then there. Walking in the place of failure. But guys, what's really interesting about this is actually throughout this story, you see it go back and forth. In this confrontation between Selina and this tiger, and in the present day, when Selina Kyle is doing this heist with the Riddler and the Penguin. So it's actually really well written by Ram V. And I was actually surprised by that, because when I opened up this story, I was like, really? We're really going to the past with Catwoman and Tiger? Like, what is this even going to mean to the main story? It actually means a lot, and I'll go more deeper into that later in this video, alright? But guys, continuing what we see, we go into the future, right? Actually the present day. And it says, you've done this a million times before. And you see Catwoman, she actually goes down into this place and avoids a lot of pretty much trigger alarms. Like you see all these different like these red lines that she touches one single one, then an alarm goes off and everyone knows she's there. So she actually slides in and she says, alright, I'm past the laser field. Server room's ahead. Am I clear, Enigma? So she's talking to Riddler. Now, Riddler outside in this van, he says, I run out as time flies. But I am no grain of sand. For those with time, I am virtue. Without it, a luxury. What am I? Riddler says, patience, Catwoman, patience. And he continues to say, over weeks, I have infiltrated the Underbroker's digital security apparatus, taking over their systems through innocuous apps and software, right under their noses. The least you can do is have a little patience. So you see Catwoman, she's just waiting for the call, so she can pretty much infiltrate this one place, right? But that's when she hears the call, she jumps through. And guys, when she gets to this door, there's actually like a guard, right? There's a security guard. Now, she hits the security guard, flips her whip, and actually catches him by the foot and slams him to the ground. It's actually a cool sequence. And then she says, alright boys, I'm at the server stack. Patch you into the terminal here, Enigma. Your turn to be patient. So she starts hacking into the stuff, but then we see Penguin outside, and he says, all this talk of patience is making me real uneasy. And he has a couple coughs, right? And guys, y'all remember in Batman number 88, Deathstroke actually slit Penguin's throat. Yeah, it's actually a long time ago. Like, not a real long time ago. Like, well, actually, kind of. It's been like almost 10, actually over 10 issues since that's happened. So it's actually good to give you guys a little caught up on speed. We had this whole confrontation between Penguin and Deathstroke. Batman showed up, was going to actually save Penguin, but that's when Deathstroke just slit his throat. Right in front of Batman, guys. Like, it's actually a really killer moment, and that's one of the best moments in their Dark Designs, the prelude story to the Joker War. Now, guys, as we continue, you see these different, like, pretty much henchmen of Penguin, and they say, what is it, Penguin? And Penguin says, Carlton. And he says, yes, Mr. Cobblepot. And Penguin says, kill some clowns for me, will you? And Carlton says, yes, Mr. Cobblepot. So you see all these different, like, henchmen start killing a bunch of clowns, guys. And Penguin then shoots a bazooka, it hits down, kills all these clowns, you hear a big boom. and you see Penguin just start laughing. And guys, I love this moment. It's very it fits in Penguin's character, and what he says next is there's no window, Enigma. That ought to be keep Joker's goons running in circles. They're unlikely to be paying attention to the Underbroker's offices, but the clowns are all over Gotham like a bloody rash, and I won't have their attention for too long. So guys, what Penguin basically did here was he bought pretty much Selina and Enigma some time to do their work, so Penguin just shot a whole bazooka from his whole umbrella, killed a bunch of clowns, and he pretty much caused this whole fire throughout Gotham City. I actually think it's pretty badass, and that's one of the best moments in this story. Now, as we continue, what we see, guys, is that Riddler, and he says, what is a gambler's victory to be found in numbers? And he says, bingo, we're in. And Catwoman says, now all I have to do is set up a transaction. And Penguin says, all that money that the Joker stole from Wayne and stashed in the Underbroker's account, and money from just about every enterprising criminal in Gotham, all of it will be ours. So he's actually pretty happy. He's like, let's go, we're gonna get a lot of money. But that's when Riddler says, hey, Oswald, I've got a riddle for you. Tell me why it didn't start raining money. So, Riddler and Penguin just think that they're about to get a lot of money, right? But Catwoman got something up her sleeve, right? Like, she's about to betray both of them. Catwoman sighs. She says, this is it. This is the moment. And that's what Riddler says. It was because of the change in the weather. Aha, get it? Change in the weather. So he starts laughing, and that's when Catwoman remembers that dance with the tiger. She says, you practice the moves. Consider your choices. You understand grace and balance. But all of that falls away. The dance is neither in your mind nor in your limbs. And you see this tiger go to attack Selina, and Selina says, it flows through you. All movement is instinct, like landing on your feet. Just for a moment, I thought I could walk away from it all. But I am here now. We are both beasts, you and I, and you are mistaken if you think I have forgotten this dance. So it shows that Selina, she knows what she's doing. So she knows that she's dancing with this tiger and how to beat it. Now, we go back to the present day, and what we see, guys, you see Catwoman. She takes the disc, and then Riddler says, wait, what happened? I'm locked out. And Catwoman says, sorry boys, change of plans. She smiles at Penguin, cracks his glass, and he says, damn it, Selina, I knew you'd do this. And Catwoman says, of course you knew I'd do this. We're still cleaning out the Underbroker. I'm just changing the destination account. And Riddler says, you forgot I might be locked out of the servers, but I'm still passed into the security systems. I'm locking down every exit and I'm setting off every alarm. So, what Riddler pretty much did here was, now Catwoman, she has to get out of that place through every single guard. So, Riddler's like, this is a death sentence. You're gonna die. But it's Catwoman. She can face down all these guards and get out easy. Or that's what we think, right? But we see this double page spread, right? And Riddler says, good luck getting out, Catwoman. So you see Catwoman, she gets to his door, and she just starts kicking these guards. She's going down these stairs, and all of them are shooting at her. It's actually an awesome double page spread, guys. And she says, you forget, Enigma. Those blueprints you have for this building, I'm the one who stole them in the first place. You really think I didn't plan ahead for this? You sure I didn't modify those blueprints to leave an exit out of your plans? Nice touch with the question marks on the screens though, Enigma. And she continues to say, I'm sure they'll never figure out who hacked into their systems now. So guys, one, this artwork here looks really good. Like, it's actually some outstanding artwork that I'm actually excited to see in future issues of this series. But best of all, Catwoman tricked the Riddler, guys. She literally left all those question marks so when the police show up, they'll know that the Riddler is there, and they're pretty much going to go after him, not her. So a really smart move by Selina. It actually gets better from here. You see Riddler, actually Enigma, he throws his keyboard, breaks it, guys, in half. And he says, no. He says, we can't let her get away with this. You hear me, Oswald? And you see Catwoman, she beats down a door, she starts getting away, and Riddler continues to say, Oswald? Like, thinks Penguin's gone. But that's when Catwoman makes it outside, and there's the Penguin. He has his umbrella gun, and he says he's a very intelligent man, Edward Enigma. But he isn't smart like you and I are smart. Is he, Selina? I have my own people case this. Joint for excess, just in case you got any smart ideas. So then he shoots, hit Catwoman in the stomach, and she says, what? And that's what he says. That was so you understand that I'm serious. Just because I passed you up the last time you got shot doesn't mean I won't fill you with a lead now. So guys, if you don't remember, Catwoman got shot right in the stomach in Batman number 94. by punchline. So guys, she's been shot before, and now Penguin was like, oh yeah, I saved you, I patched you up, but now you can be shot again. So guys, Penguin is just a savage in this issue. That's when we see Penguin. He says, so I want the account details to where you transferred the money, or I put the next one between your eyes. And that's what Calvin says, you're not going to kill me as long as I have that account number. Think again, Oswald. And that's who says Carlton, and that's what Carlton says, yes, Mr. Cobblepot. That's what Penguin says, go cause her some pain. And Carlton says, yes, sir. So he goes to shoot, but before he can shoot Catwoman, both of them are hit by a car, knocked on their butts by this one car, and in the car is Detective Hadley. And he says, Selina, Kyle, get in. So Catwoman gets in, they actually drive off, and as they're driving off, you see Penguin and his men are just shooting at them. But they barely get away, and Hadley, Detective Hadley, says, you're bleeding. And she holds the wound that she's actually losing a lot of blood, guys. And Catwoman says, that tends to happen when maniacs shoot you in the gut as a warning. That's what he says. Keep pressure on it and hang in there, Selina. But then we shift back to Selina and the tiger. And she's actually bleeding. The tiger actually bit her. And she says, just hang in there, Selina. We're not finished yet. This is not how it ends. You know this. In this dance, I got 9 lives. Now guys, this is a really interesting part, but because it shows that Catwoman, she never dies. Well, she dies after 9 lives, but who gets killed 9 times in their whole entire lifespan? Like, actually, really. Okay, maybe Batman. Well, actually, a lot of people do in comics. But as, you know, the big rule in comics, everyone comes back. Like, who actually stays dead in comics? You guys tell me somebody down below who has stayed dead for, like, actually stayed dead. Like, hasn't came back at all. But guys, still, this is actually a really cool moment. Now, Detective Hadley, he then says, you can say that again. The bullet went clean through. Just had to patch you up. Now, Catwoman, she's feeling a lot of pain. That's what Hadley says. Sorry about the suit. I had to cut through it. And she says, how long was I out? And he says 10 hours, just about. And she's like, oh shit. Like, she's like, dang it, I gotta get pretty much Bruce's fortune back. And Catwoman says, what the hell are you doing here, Hadley? You're a long way from Villa Hermosa. Now, Hadley says, you know I had a pretty good thing back there. I was a good detective. Maybe a bit of a hotshot jerk, but a good detective. After the incident with the infamous Catwoman, they wouldn't let me near anything bigger than my mail fraud. It was only temporary, they said, but they didn't get it. It wasn't about that, or me. And they says, you're the one that got away, Selina. Drink. And then she says, sure. And then he says, I kept tabs on you through that mess in Villa Hermosa, waiting for you to trip up. Then you packed up and came here. I put in for a vacation and followed you down to this hellhole. I was going to arrest you, you know. I knew you had to be pulling a job at the Graves, Willock, and Crane building. I was going to swoop in and take you down. And he pretty much opens the refrigerator and takes a drink out. And then he says, but then they shot you. And then he says, Selina? And he sees a note and says, thanks. So she pretty much left. She left him, guys, and he actually looks out the window. He says, the Catwoman strikes again. So guys, he saved her and now she's gone. But if you guys don't know, actually before this issue, there's a whole other run by Joelle Jones. I hope I'm pronouncing her first name right. It may be like the J is silent. I don't know. You guys tell me down below how to pronounce her name. But guys, she actually had an okay run. It started out well with the whole copycat Catwoman and the whole villain with like the Graves and Crane. The one female villain that had like an ugly face and stuff, where Catwoman went against her and stuff. It was alright. It was more like the art that was really good in that whole run. But I kind of fell off of that run because it got kind of boring. Like, it spread out a long time, guys. But now we have a new writer, Ram V. And honestly, his whole take on Detective Hadley is really interesting. I'm looking forward to see what Ram V does with this character in the future issues. But how this story finishes up is we shift to Fox Industries, Private Airship Gotham. And you see Luke Fox, he's in this car. He says, we'll skip the office, Andrew. He says, take me straight home, please. Now, this is actually not Andrew who's driving, it's Catwoman. Now, she says, I'm afraid Andrew's taking an unexpected day off today, Mr. Fox. He had a text from you this morning saying there have been a change of plans. And then Luke says, what the hell is going on? And she says, look, I've got a lot of heat on me and not a lot of time. This is the only place I could think of for a private conversation. I'm a friend of your father's and Bruce Wayne's. And he says, I know who you are, Miss Kyle. And she says, then this should be easy. As of yesterday, there's a large sum of money sitting at Grand Cayman account in your father's name. The details are on a flash drive in the glove box. Part of the money covers Wayne Enterprises' value before the theft. And she says, the other portion I want him to distribute among Gotham's low-income population. Now, Luke says, and where did this other portion come from? Now, she stops the car and she says, it belongs to Gotham's criminals. So I guess I'm just returning it to the people they stole it away from. And he says, you know they're going to come after you for it. And they won't stop until you're dead. And she says, I know. And he says, where will you go? And she says, it's alright, Luke. You don't have to worry about me. I have danced this dance before. Now, guys, what we see here is one, this same scene actually went on in Batgirl number 48. If you guys don't know what happened there, Luke, he's actually going to Barbara Gordon. Because, guys, Barbara Gordon, she got shot. She needed help from Luke. And that's where he's driving to. But, yeah, quick stopping with Catwoman. That actually an unexpected stopping because she actually switched out his driver. But still, seeing her actually get the Wayne fortune back, and then pretty much say, hey, what's up, Luke? Make sure you do all the stuff that I said. And then he says, wait, but people are going to go after you. Like, he knows that people are going to now go after Catwoman, including Penguin, Riddler. Like, she's going to have a lot on her plate. But what Luke says last, like, wait, so what are you going to do? And it actually goes back to the whole tiger, where she actually fought off against this tiger. She knows what she's doing. So what this whole story shows is Catwoman, she's not stupid, she knows what she's doing, and she knows how to get out of these bad situations. Which I really like, because it actually fits her character, and I'm looking forward to see what Ram V does to her character in future issues, because his writing was phenomenal in this issue, guys. Like, it was actually really expected. I thought it'd be just okay, because this series has just been okay so far, but I'm actually excited for the future issues. Actually, this is probably the most excited I've been in a Catwoman book in a long time. Now, guys, the artwork by Fernando Blanco is really amazing, guys. He does really good sequence art and draws Selina very well and conveys the whole story really good, alright? Him and Ram V do a great job in the story, and that's why I'm going to give this whole entire story an 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was solid. You should definitely pick up this book. And guys, there's actually 2 more stories in this book that actually set up Ram V's upcoming storylines, which I'm not going to explain because it's just a joke or a video, but I still think you should check out those stories too, because those are actually written very well too, alright? Like, I actually liked the final one with Selina and the cat. I thought that was really well written. But yeah, guys, you guys tell me in the comment section below what you thought about this whole Catwoman number 25, what you think about Ram V as the new writer, what you think about Fernando Blanco's art, and what do you think about this whole interactions, this whole team up between Penguin, Riddler, and Selina Kyle? You guys tell me all your thoughts down below. And guys, like the video, give a big thumbs up on the show. Make sure to subscribe to my next Catwoman video and my next Joker War video. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.